Nangun Satkerti Loka Bali, melalui pola pembangunan semesta berencana menuju Bali era baru.
Hello everyone, I'm Miss Figa. Welcome to Rumah Belajar. Today's lesson we are going to discuss about finite and non-finite clause. Have you ever heard about them before? To begin with, let's take a look at each of these examples. Do they have present tense or past tense? Can we change the tense?
She joins an English course. I was learning English. In the first example, we have the present tense verb form joins. We could change to the past tense, she joined an English course. In the second example, the verb phrase was learning contains the past tense form was. We could change to the present tense, I am learning English.
These are called finite clause because they contain finite verb in the present tense or past tense form.
Our example of finite clauses so far are main clauses. She joined an English course and I was learning English stand alone as complete sentences. Subordinate clauses, which form part of a larger sentence, can also be finite. My mother tells that she joins an English course. I was learning English when she came. Compare the example above with those below, which are non-finite clauses. Can you see a difference in the verb phrases? She doesn't want to join an English course. Learning English, I'm excited.
The highlighted clauses do not contain any tense verb form. Non-finite clauses are usually subordinate clauses as in these examples. To join an English course and learning English could not stand alone as sentences.
I was shocked to read the news. We have here the non-finite clause to read the news.
Think about this clause on its own. Does it tell us when the reading happened? No, it doesn't tell us whether the reading is in the present or in the past. Unlike the finite clause, I read the news or I read the news. We can only work out the time from the main clause verb was. Does it tell us who is doing the reading? No, it doesn't say who is doing the reading. There is no subject expressed in this clause. We have to work out from the main clause that it is I, the speaker, doing the reading. If we had, he was shocked to read the news, it would be he doing the reading. There are three main types of non-finite clause, corresponding to the three types of non-finite verb. Let's look at the example of each type. First, to infinitive clause. To infinitive clauses are easy to recognize because they have an infinitive verb form following to. I am always very happy to help others. This is a to infinitive clause with to followed by the infinitive verb form help. Second, imparticiple or present participle clause. It is easy to recognize imparticiple verb forms as they always end in ing. They can occur in finite clause after a tense verb. He is or was arriving home very late. However, in ing participle clauses which are non-finite, there is no tense verb before the participle. Arriving home very late, my mother is very angry. This is an ing participle clause, also called present participle clause, with the ing participle verb form arriving. Third, ed participle clause or past participle clause. To recognize ed participle clauses, we need to remember that an ed participle form does not always end in ed. This is because some verbs are irregular. Example of irregular ed participle occurs in the following. The pills are or were taken 3 times a day. In the example, the ed participle occur in a finite clause after a tense verb are or were. But in ed participle clauses, which are non-finite, there is no tense verb before the ed participle. Here is an example. Taken 3 times a day, these pills should clear the rash. This is an ed participle clause, also called past participle clause, with the ed participle verb form taken. In summary, finite clause is main clause or a subordinate clause that must have a verb to show tense. A non-finite clause is a subordinate clause that is based on to infinitive or a participle. It contains a verb that does not show tense, which means it does not show the time at which something happened. What do you think? Have you learned something new today? Let's practice identifying and using them in our daily conversation so you can get used to them. Good luck and see you again!